The Battlefront Network, giving you your daily dose of Battlefront content.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. You're tuning into the Star Wars Battlefront Network, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day. So recently, a few clips have resurfaced on the internet of the Star Wars Battlefront 3 video game that was under development by a studio called Free Radical in 2008. However, that game was cancelled, and we were left to wait another 5 years until DICE announced that they were developing a Star Wars Battlefront reboot. But a few people seem to be confused and think that the leaked alpha gameplay footage from Free Radical's Star Wars Battlefront 3 is actually from DICE's Star Wars Battlefront game. Well, it's not. This is DICE's Battlefront game on the left, which is set to release in 2015 and is of course currently under development, and that's the only footage you can see on the screen now that's actually been revealed for the game. And on the right, that's Free Radical's Battlefront 3 game, which was cancelled back in 2008. And all of these leaked gameplay footages you can see, and you've obviously seen on the internet, they are from Free Radical's Battlefront 3 game, which of course has been cancelled, like I said. So don't be fooled if someone claims that they are from the new Battlefront game, because they're not. So now that's out of the way, let's crack on actually looking at some of this footage and seeing what's available for us to watch. Now, some of these clips actually show some gameplay of some game modes that fans have been pleading for to be included in DICE's rendition of the game, and one of those game modes includes space-to-ground combat. Okay, so here we have some Desolation Station gameplay, and this was of course a map on Star Wars Battlefront 3, the Free Radical version. And it's actually got a game mode, it incorporates space-to-ground combat, and it's absolutely awesome. Now, all these footages that I'm about to show you, and as you can see now, is courtesy of Duracell Turboo. That's a YouTube channel, and you can find a link to that in the description below, so please feel free to go ahead and look at that. But the actual footage that you're seeing right now, we've got a person playing as a pilot running around on a Star Destroyer. Now, on Star Wars Battlefront 2, the interior of the actual Star Destroyers and the cruisers in the space battle, they weren't that detailed. It was just like the hangar, and then you can go into little rooms with the shield generator and the engines and stuff like that. It wasn't really detailed enough to actually go around the entire thing. But on this, and as you'll see on a few other gameplay clips, it actually shows you being able to go around the Star Destroyer in a lot more detail and a lot more corridors and rooms, and I think it's absolutely awesome that they've done that, and hopefully in the new Battlefront by DICE they will do that as well. Now, this map, Desolation Station, I think it's actually Polis Massa, I think that's how you say it, and that was a map on Star Wars Battlefront 2, and you can actually play on there, and of course it was in the Revenge of the Sith at the end, and the guy can go from a Star Destroyer down onto the place where it is in an asteroid belt and just start fighting. So it's absolutely awesome, and really I do hope they incorporate this kind of thing in the new Battlefront. I'm really sure they will, because of course with Frostbite 3 they are certainly able to do that kind of thing with, you know, with Levolution, like on the map Paracel Storm on Battlefield 4, for example, where the big storm comes along. Maybe they could do that on Tatooine, like a big sandstorm comes along and blocks your vision or whatever, and it's just really cool. And maybe a Star Destroyer crashing down onto a planet. So yeah, hopefully they do those kind of things. And also, as you can see in the actual gameplay, the person who's actually playing this as the character is able to fly iconic spaceships like the Slave One. Now, imagine being able to fly things like the Millennium Falcon. That would be like, whoa! Like on Frostbite 3, online, 64 players in space, space-to-ground combat. That would be, whoa! Absolutely awesome. So that's that first bit of gameplay there for you. And I think it's pre-alpha. Well, it's either pre-alpha or alpha. But it looks pretty good for what it is and for when it was made. So, of course, the new Battlefront is going to look absolutely amazing from DICE. This next bit of gameplay is probably one of my favourites out of them all, and it is the Death Star map. Now, this was, well, the actual Death Star was available on Star Wars Battlefront 2 as a map to play on in the inside, but this one here, as you can see right now, the person is flying outside the Death Star. Now, this is the Death Star 2, as you'll see in a minute. You can see the side is still under construction, but it's absolutely awesome, and in DICE's Star Wars Battlefront, a trailer was revealed this year at E3 showing the DICE team visiting different locations where Star Wars was actually filmed. You know, the actual locations were used for like Tatooine and Hoth and things like that. But they also went to see all the props and all those kind of things. And one of the actual things that was shown was the Death Star 2. and maybe. And of course, if this is in this actual Battlefront here in Free Radicals, and hopefully DICE has access to the resources available in this game that was under construction, but of course was cancelled, maybe they're actually including the Death Star 2 into Star Wars Battlefront, the new one, coming next year. So this is kind of a preview, if you like, of what it could be like. Now this is Free Radicals version, but you know, this is what it could be like. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have to show us next year in 2015. But as you can see, it looks really cool, and the Death Star is really big, and maybe they could even have that, the Death Star orbiting a planet, and then people being able to go from the Death Star down to the planet as well. That would be brilliant. Or maybe the Death Star and the people that are actually defending the Death Star are being attacked by some rebel cruisers. That would be brilliant. You know, all those different kind of things would be amazing. So let me know what you think in the comment section below of this, and which is your favourite bit of footage, and what you'd like to see in the new Battlefront by DICE. So yeah, that's the Death Star for you there. Woo! So here we have the Corazon map that was actually on the game, and we can see a bit of gameplay with the character Darth Vader. Now this is a really cool map because I think DICE could incorporate a lot of Levolution aspects. Now for example, on Battlefield 4, the map, the Siege of Shanghai, the actual skyscraper can actually fall down and collapse. So they could do that kind of thing on Corazon and have different skyscrapers being able to be collapsed, you know, and causing lots of debris, changing the map. And that would be really, really cool. Just to add a bit more spice to the gameplay. And I think it'd be really cool to play on Corazon as well, like in the streets, like we saw on Episode 2, The Attack of the Clones. That'd be really cool to do. And also on this bit of gameplay, it shows all of the characters that were actually available to play in the game. And of course we have Darth Vader there, we have Darth Maul, and we also had Ben Kenobi. Now that wasn't available in Battlefront 1 or Battlefront 2. But it was, of course, in this Battlefront 3, which was cancelled. So hopefully, in the new one that's being developed by DICE, they will include characters such as Ben Kenobi, sorry, and I think I saw General Kota as well. Now I'm not sure whether it was just like a character that looked like him, but it really is, I think, him. But hopefully they have characters like that in the new Battlefront as well, so that'd be really cool to see. And it's just a shame that the Force Unleashed isn't actually canon, because I would really, really like to see Starkiller included in the new Battlefront. That would be really awesome to connect those two stories together, because I think it's a really nice piece of the Star Wars universe. So it's just quite a shame they haven't included that. But all the games after this are canon, so don't worry. They will all intertwine with each other, and the stories will connect. And hopefully we can see characters and stuff and stories that will be on each different game. So that'd be great. So yeah, this is the Corazon map. Like I said, in the streets, and of course I've got rid of the sound because it's not very good quality. But the sound is, it's got like all the cars, or whatever they're called in the Star Wars universe, like the equivalent of cars, like the hover ones that go in the sky. It's got the sound of those going past, and of course all the adverts and the clubs, like we saw in the Attack of the Clones. So it's just like that, but being able to play on it. So that's really cool, and I would have loved to see it in a finished version. And it's just a shame they actually had to cancel this, because I think this would have been really cool for them to release and for us all to play. And then the Battlefront that DICE is making could have been like Battlefront 4, or you know, like a reboot of the entire series. But no, at least we're getting Battlefront from DICE anyway, so it's good to see that. Now, that's a really cool map, so that's Corazon for you there. And the final gameplay we have is of the Mustafar map that's included in Star Wars Battlefront 3. Now, of course, this map was included in Star Wars Battlefront 2, but this map has an entirely different twist on it in the Battlefront 3 game. This actually incorporates space-to-ground combat over the planet, where you can go down, as you can see now, onto the planet, into the battle area where I suppose the Battlefront 2 map was. But of course this time with the big cruisers above. But this time, in the cruisers, you can actually go down towards the floor, or the planet, using an escape pod, as you can see there on the left. And it's just like, whoa! The guy gets into an escape pod and it goes down, it's like under fire, all this barrage, and it crashes down, and he's in the fight instantly, and he starts fighting on the planet now. And it's absolutely brilliant. And of course, they've actually even changed the size of the cruisers and the level of detail inside them. And if you notice, the actual hangar is a lot bigger than the one in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and there's a few more areas inside to go, and it's really, really cool. And I think the guy's about to go inside a escape pod, so that's really cool. And I think they had that on the PSP version of Battlefront, and it was also on here. As you can see, there it is. There we go, the escape pod. That is awesome. So imagine that on the new Battlefront for DICE with Frostbite 3 under fire, you know, coming down from space down to the planet, crash, and you're there right in the heat of the action with 64 players. It would be absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait for the new Battlefront. So yeah, this Battlefront 3 looked absolutely brilliant, and just as things that the kind of features are all the things we've actually been asking for: space to ground, escape pods, the different characters, and also some aspects of Levolution as well. And also, in the cruisers, I actually noticed this on a few other gameplay clips. When your like ship is under attack, the actual ship shakes, and you can actually hear it being hit and, you know, damage being dealt on the outside. Whereas on Battlefront 2, you couldn't really hear that. It was just like they would shoot your shields and it would go off. Whereas now you can actually hear them being shot. The actual ship would shake, the entire cruiser. So it actually feels like you're in a real Star Wars battle. Then you go to the hangar, take off, and there's all this dogfights going on. It's absolutely brilliant, and I really wish this had come out and they managed to finish it. But unfortunately, they had to cancel the game because of financial issues, I think. So it never met the light of day. It never got finished. This was just the actual. I think this is the last gameplay footage that was actually made for the game itself. So that's really unfortunate. But at least we have the new Battlefront being made by DICE on the Frostbite 3 engine, and of course we have Hoth confirmed, the Forest Moon of Endor, and Tatooine confirmed for the game, so it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And when it comes out next year, it's going to be brilliant. And expect some more small snippets of news come out this year, and of course next year we'll have a massive big reveal in the spring of 2015, so get ready for that. So thanks for watching. They've been the actual Star Wars Battlefront 3 leaked alpha gameplay footages from the cancelled Star Wars Battlefront 3 game in 2008, not the new one. So tell me what you think in the comment section below. Which features would you like to see from this come into the new Battlefront? And so yeah, until next time, goodbye.